Once upon a time, on a winter afternoon, Tom, a 7-year-old boy, and his 10-year-old sister Leah were playing in their room, immersed in an imaginary world filled with figurines and colorful brick constructions. As they were deeply engaged in their game, a flash of light caught their attention. Turning toward the window, they discovered in amazement that snow was falling in large flakes, slowly covering the garden and the rooftops with a thick white blanket. Excitement filled them instantly. Without wasting a second, they ran to their parents to announce the news and ask for permission to go play outside. Seeing their overwhelming enthusiasm, their parents agreed. Putting on their coats, hats, and gloves, the two children dashed into the garden where the snow crunched beneath their feet. They first had fun running through the powdery snow, leaving messy footprints behind them. Then they threw snowballs at each other, laughing. After a few joyful slides and twirls, they decided to build a snowman. Carefully, they shaped 3 large snowballs, stacked them on top of each other, and then gave the snowman a face using small stones for the eyes, a carrot for the nose, and a wide wooden smile. To complete his appearance, they wrapped a scarf around his neck and placed an old hat on his head. Satisfied with their creation, they observed him for a moment before giving him a name: Falo. The day continued with games and laughter until sunset. As the evening chill intensified, their parents called them inside. Tired but happy, Tom and Leah fell asleep with images of snow and snowmen in their thoughts. In the morning, eager to see Falo again, they ran to the garden. But to their great surprise, their snow friend had almost entirely melted. Instead of the cheerful snowman from the day before, only a small puddle of water remained, along with a few scattered stones and a scarf abandoned in the snow. Disappointed, the children realized that the warmth of the sun had taken him away. A little sad, they spent the day playing in their room, already missing their snowman. But the next morning, an unexpected sight awaited them. During the night, snow had fallen again in abundance, covering the garden once more. And there, in the middle of all that whiteness, stood Falo, intact, as if he had never disappeared. Astonished and delighted, the children hurried to get dressed and rushed outside. As soon as they reached the garden, something incredible happened. The snowman moved slightly, then, with a mischievous sparkle, grabbed a handful of snow and tossed it in their direction. Stunned, Tom and Leah took a moment to react before bursting into laughter and throwing snowballs back. A snowball fight began immediately, filled with energy and the magic of the moment. Falo jumped, dodged, and laughed with them as if he had always been alive. That day was the most wonderful they had ever experienced. They played endlessly, savoring every moment spent with their snow friend. But as the sun began to set behind the mountains, Falo gradually slowed his movements, as if he knew his time was running out. Before disappearing once again, he left them with the promise. He would return every winter, whenever the first snowflakes fell upon the garden. That night, Tom and Leah fell asleep with that comforting thought. Was it a dream or reality? It didn't matter. What mattered was the magic they had experienced and the certainty that one day, when winter returned, they would find their snowman once again. Thank you for listening to this story. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. Now, I invite you to continue the adventure by clicking on one of the 2 videos. The first one is the same story but in French, and the second one will take you on a whole new adventure. It's your choice.